Hey guys, it's Jordan Jonas Sparks. Welcome back to my channel. Before we get into this video, if you want to join the Sparkly family at any time during this video, make sure to just hit that red subscribe button and it's done. So, I know that I don't really do a lot of storytime videos, but today I just randomly wanted to do a storytime video about the time that I stole my parents' vehicle and crashed it. And it didn't really end very well. So if you guys want to hear all about that story, then make sure to stick around and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. So this was the summer from hell. So it was like the summer before I started grade 12, and my parents were going to Quebec for the summer, and it was the first summer, I believe, that they left me at home, and they were like, okay, you can stay at home this summer as long as you don't have any parties and you don't have anybody over and you don't steal the car. They didn't say that, but it was kind of like a given.
7 hours later.
Having my friends over pretty much every day. I was having my friends sleep over. Like 5 different people were sleeping over at my house pretty much all summer long. And we were drinking like wild animals. One night, when we weren't drinking, we decided, why don't we go joyriding? And so a couple of my friends and I were like, okay, well, your parents have a truck, so why don't we take the truck and then we can go out to Saskatoon Lake, which is like this lake that was about like a 25-minute drive out of town from where I was living. So I took the keys, and I think I had just got my license this same summer, like maybe a month earlier, but I didn't have my own car or anything yet, because I was a broke ass, as usual. But we took my keys, the keys to my parents' truck, and we took out the truck, and when I was taking the truck, where they left it was like attached to our RV, like holiday trailer, and the tow hitch for the truck was like attached to the trailer. Just an important detail of the story. So we went joyriding. The first place that we went was McDonald's, and we tried to go through the drive-thru, and that was a complete mess. Comment down below if you can remember the first time ever trying to go through a drive-thru in a vehicle, because it is not easy. There's a lot of like reversing, going forward, almost smashing the rear view mirrors off, a lot of that kind of thing. And so we get our McDonald's, and then we head out to Saskatoon Lake. Is that what it's called? Saskatoon Lake. Yeah. Then we go out there. Basically, there was people that we knew from high school that were like camping out there for the weekend, so we went and visited them. And then we joyride back into town, all is well. There was a little bit of stress at the drive-thru, thinking, oh my god, we almost broke off the rearview mirror, but nothing too hectic. And so all's well that ends well, right? So we get back to the house, and it's time to put the truck back where I found it. Now, because of my stepdad being so particular and having a great eye for fine details, the truck had to be exactly where I found it. So I get my friend, let's call her Flower. My friend Flower gets out of the vehicle, and she's supposed to be helping me back up the truck so that I can get it exactly where it needs to be so that the tow hitch can align with the trailer. And so Flower is standing outside, and she's doing the whole like, come on, come on, come on, like backing up, and I just keep backing up, and she's like, no, a little more, a little more. Little did I know, she's literally texting the entire time while she's doing this and giving me the like hand to like back up, back up. Now, this shouldn't be a surprise if you know Flower, because she's always texting somebody, and she's never really paying attention. And in her mind, it's like, man, it's not my truck, so meh. And in the meanwhile, I'm backing up the truck, and then all of a sudden, crash. I hear the back of the truck smash into the tow hitch, the same tow hitch that I was trying to line up with the truck so that it could be exactly where we found it before we went joyriding. But instead, the hitch of the trailer went into the tailgate of the truck, creating a dent about the size of my head. So immediately I'm freaking out, and I get out of the truck, and I was like, oh my god, why were you telling me to keep backing up? And she's like, oh, I thought that you still had room. And we're both like, oh my god. And then I was like, oh my god, my stepdad is going to kill me. So we went to Canadian Tire, and we bought like I like had heard previously about these things that were like a rubber suction cup, and you can attach them to the back of or you can attach them to like any kind of car dent or something, and it's supposed to be able to like pull. If you pull really hard, it'll like pop the dent back out. And so I was like, okay, let's do it. This is gonna be a miracle, and then we can just fix the paint. So we go to Canadian Tire, and we're in luck. They have this rubber poppy thing, and it's not even too expensive. It was like $20. And so I bring it back home, and I try, as I might, but it will not suction because of the way that it dented on the tailgate. So that didn't work. And so I start going to the Googler, and I'm like, how can I fix this giant dent? And basically in my head, I was like, I've seen people patch up a car. It can't be too hard. I can just like go buy some Bondo and patch up the hole, and they'll sand it over and paint it. Nobody will notice. This is a work truck. Yeah, so that's not actually a thing. You actually have to do like fiberglass and all of this other stuff if you have a big hole that's the size of my head. So that did not work. And needless to say, I had to make up this giant story because I couldn't just tell my parents the truth. And so when my parents got home, no, before they even got home, I like texted them and I was like, hi, so there's a bunch of construction going on in our neighborhood, and these people that were driving a holiday trailer really couldn't get through, and so me being the kind soul that I am, I decided that I would just move the truck, and then they could use our driveway so that they could back up their holiday trailer so that they could turn around and get out because of the construction. Right, the construction. So when my parents got home, they're like, okay, cool, the construction, that's why you crashed the truck. So if we go to check the odometer, then the number that I have written down on this paper is going to be the same number that's on the truck right now. And I was like, I got in a giant fight, and then I like made up this big story about how I was going to save somebody with the truck, and I never really told them that we just went joyriding in the truck for no good reason. Sorry, Mom and Dad. And yeah, I ended up sitting in my bedroom for like the next 24 hours. I think I was like hungover actually because I just got back from a party the night that they actually got home, and I like woke up in a bathtub full of my puke, but that's a story for another time. And I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you want to see more of me or join the fam here, make sure to hit that juicy red subscribe button, hit the bell notification if you want to be reminded every time we go live or I upload. Then yeah, do that. And as always, make sure to be weird, be wild, and stay sparkly, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye!